Derek?
Brad, those transfers down the stretch, Justin making a cut at the basket, Quincy going on his run. I mean, from your vantage point, what do they bring to you, especially maybe in crunch time moments?
Been there, done that. I mean, and that's very, very cliche, but you're talking about a guy who reads the defense. And Justin makes a great cut. You're talking about a guy that everybody knows he can make a three, and he rip drives it on the play that Coleman talks about, and there's no indecisiveness with veterans and with older players, and when they've been in that moment, they're not afraid to go make a play, and it's comforting for me, that's for sure. And I was curious today to see how they play, and see veterans step up and make free throws as Quincy did, and putting Marcus on the ball and telling him to handle it, and because you can't foul him because he's a 90% free throw shooter, and so there's a lot of positives that come with that. That's not to say that'll always be the case. We got some young guys that are really talented, and but it was the five today that happened to work.
I guess with that group, I mean, knowing you have a bunch of 22 to 24-year-olds, I mean, was it your intent for them to be the closers early in the season, or is that something that's developed?
I didn't have a plan. You go with it early because you just you think they've been through it, but it happened today, and so Luke's been exceptional. Today Quincy got going, and so it was Quincy's turn. Next game it may be somebody else's. Terrence had his moment, and I thought that everybody who played did some positive things. It just happened to be those five guys today.
Brad, what do you make of the competitiveness of this game, and does that show some maturity that you guys are competing even though it's an exhibition?
Yeah, it's been a big focus. It's one of the standards that we've tried to set as being that, our cliche, everyday guy, every day. We probably have had half of a bad practice. Our guys are working. Our guys are it means something to them, and it's their attention to detail is very high, but they are very, very competitive. There's not anybody in our program is lost, and so you play to win. And yeah, we needed to grow, and I played everybody in the first half, and it was a little different the second, but it was every time we play, man, we're trying to hook it up. We're competitive in practice. We've worked a lot of one-on-one. We've played a lot of pickup this summer and fall just to amp the competitive side up.
What did you learn in a setting like this that maybe you wouldn't have in a closed setting?
Yeah, I mean, how do you act with the game on the line and people in the stands, and the pressure of that. And I don't want to say, it's obviously there's no wins or losses in terms of going in a column, but it's different, when you're playing in front of a boatload of fans and instead of an empty gym. And some guys can step up and make shots and some can't. That's the piece of that. You in a scrimmage, you're playing 10-minute halves and play 3 or 4 of them, and then throw a 20-minute in, and you stop and you coach and you work on situations. And tonight was very game-like, obviously, so there's a big difference.
You only had 8 assists, but it did seem like the ball moved well. It was just a lot of attacking closeouts. Is that what you would attribute that to?
It's low, but I think we're going to be a high assist team. I think we're a team that we have spent a ton of time talking about attacking closeouts, trying to get fouled, trying to spray it, so the assist total will go up. Again, we've got a really good isolation player in Terrence, and he hit a few, turnovers are too high. We need to be in the 10 range. Didn't like the 3 in a row we had late in the 7-minute mark, but this is the assists will go up. Our ball movement was good. I thought we ran pretty good offense.
Coach, how do you feel that your team defended, especially around the rim and transition defense?
Well, I didn't have, I thought Coleman was unbelievable defensively. If you guys know anything about ball screen defense and help and support, Coleman Hawkins was off the chart. I felt so comfortable with him in the game on that end. I tried a couple times to take him out, and I was like, gosh darn. One or two possession game, I said, he's just gonna have to play. He's so good. Anticipation is great. You're not gonna stop Hunter, totally. But his positioning was good. We jammed his shoulder a few times. And he was very good. I thought we've got to do a better job of, some simple things. We didn't scout. They hurt us in the first half with a couple pin down screens that we were late getting to, and so they got a couple buckets. They ran a little, pocket ball screen play that was unique because it was with their 4-man with KJ. We made an adjustment late and then handled it. That'll be stuff we'll clean up with scouting. But I thought it was solid. I'm still, we can't commit silly fouls. I thought we committed too many of those, but we'll continue to work and grow on that in that area.
I mean, you talked a few weeks ago about just maybe taking, fewer threes as a percentage of your total shots. But I mean, are you seeing maybe something from your team where you adjust your thinking on that? I mean,
I want good shots. What I don't want is what we did last year. 15 seconds on the shot, or 16 or more, and shoot a contested three. And that's what I don't want. I like seeing the ball move and pop and it becoming, to be honest, a little more equal opportunity. And that's hard to say when Terrence had a night, but some of the biggest plays of the game were, Justin cutting because we moved the ball, and Quincy hitting a three off a dribble drive. That's ball movement, and that's patient. It's okay to shoot a shot with under 10 on the shot clock if it's the best shot you can get. We had a couple possessions today where our ball movement was just phenomenal, and it was the extra pass, and we, guys turned down really good shots to get a great shot. And so if that leads to a three, it leads to a three. I'm not going to tell them not to shoot it.
Coach, so late in the game, Terrence was in the huddle, looked really fired up. Can you just talk to us about just his mindset and what's been different about him this season?
Yeah, he hit his funny bone. It's so hard to come in here year one and lead, no matter how old you are, and then you put him in the role of, okay, you're one of our dudes, and you got a bunch of young guys around you who don't know, and he's just so much more comfortable with his role as a leader, as an established guy. A year ago at this time, he didn't know he was going to be first team All-League. He was just going out to try to figure it out, and he's so much better in practice now than he ever was last year at this time, and that's contagious when one of your guys is first team All-League and an All-American, and he's one of your hardest working guys every day in practice.
Brad, has Justin kind of bought into the role that you want, just play hard and be that junkyard kind of role, and has he bought into that, and do you feel comfortable with him in that role?
I feel comfortable with him on the court. I know that. I think his role, I think all of our roles are undefined yet. I think we're growing in them, simply because I don't know him yet. Tonight was better at understanding that, and you kind of, I made 2 or 3 substitutions tonight, and I said, nah, that's not right. Let me just, and because I don't know him, and we're still defining those.
This will wrap us up here with Jeremy.
Brad, would you want to do this again? Would you rather do a public charity exhibition, or?
I love the cause. I'm all about helping other people who need the help. This was a great support. Administration did a phenomenal job in a really quick time turning this around and putting this together. There's tremendous value in it, there's no doubt. There's also a lot of value for those private scrimmages, when you can literally stop things and coach them and deal with those moments as they occur. But, yeah, I'm not opposed to them. I don't know why they call them secret scrimmages. But there's a lot of value to this, and I was excited to be a part of it.
Okay.